Hey, it's all about quality, not about quantity. Right? Let's get back to another round of Brewsday Tuesday with DreZ and Huck.
I like how you still always shake your head every time.
Yeah, it's about quality and quantity.
If you had, which one's
I'm
more,
the god of the sea.
Which one's more important, though?
Quality.
Yes.
Quality.
Yes.
Yeah,
My
I'm not saying.
It is Brewsday Tuesday. I am Zorro, and I'm joined by Poseidon, a.k.a. Neptune, a.k.a. King Triton, little Ariel's dad.
Yeah, we just don't know. You know, he had the coolest crown.
He did have a pretty good one.
It's like a little beanie thing. I looked at that.
Yeah, no. Either way, it is Halloween, and so we are drinking beers that are applicable in that sort of vein. Huck just handed me Dog Cutters Double IPA. This is the Graveyard series, so it's got a. It's got a.
We should go to a graveyard later, but not be disrespectful.
Okay.
Drink in a graveyard.
Just hang out. Yeah, we could pour some to it. But
something might happen.
Lost Coast Brewery is who makes this, and this is it's got like a Ghost Rider looking skeleton dude riding a motorcycle. It's a double IPA, and it is 8.7%, ladies and gentlemen. Halloween, here we go.
Well, here I am over here in my little high horse. There was one version of Poseidon that was a horse, the underwater horse. And I'm just going to do this one backwards. So this is 10.5% by volume.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite breweries. This is an American Imperial Stout.
10.5% ABV by volume, one of my favorite breweries.
Yeah, well, we haven't gotten there yet. It's called the Undead Party Crasher. I think that you don't want one of those at your party.
Maybe tonight, though.
Yeah, but normally you do not want an Undead Party Crasher.
I wouldn't think so.
So, did you guess the brewery yet?
Oh, I already know the brewery.
Oh, darn it.
Do our listeners
Clown Shoes.
Clown Shoes.
Yeah, my favorite. One of my favorite breweries. Okay, they always have a good story. Let's see.
Plus, I was going to say you can't just say, "Oh, one of my favorite breweries." Can you guess it? Like how? I mean,
I could say that.
I bet if I listen through all the shows, you've probably said that about 30 different breweries.
I'm just a brewery lover. I'm a brewery whore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me see if I can read this. I'm going to take my sunglasses off. All right. In a world of uncertainty, hardship, and people trying to hold us back. See, you're trying to hold me back.
I am.
We do. Do we need the undead and trademark attorneys too? Undead and trademark attorney. Okay, I get that. Because there's a lot of fighting in the beer world.
Oh, without a doubt.
Trademark.
I like that.
Clown Shoe says, "No, die, monsters, die." Oh, that's pretty mean. Forces of darkness brought about a change in the name. Oh, here we go. Brought about a change in the name of this beer, which was released to celebrate our second anniversary. But it still sports signature dark malts, holy water, malted smoke locally with hickory and ash.
So you don't know what the original name was?
I'll figure that out in a minute.
You're going to have to find that out.
You know how I am. That's excellent. Anyway, they're out of Ipswich, Massachusetts, where my grandparents lived in Massachusetts, not in Ipswich.
I wonder. So, do you know what the date is on that? I wonder if it's recent. It might have been originally called like Walking Dead or something.
Yeah,
like
probably.
That.
Let's see. I'm
but
not seeing
now
a
they
date.
have to call it Undead because of copyright.
Yeah.
Lawyers.
And I don't really mind that because Walking Dead's a show. They're making millions of dollars. They can afford to sue people, so that's probably fair. But when some of this stuff is ridiculous, like the wheat beer. Well, I copyrighted the wheat beer. No, you can't do that. But there's a lot of if you go on Untappd, for example, you go out and look out something like, I'm trying to think of an example, but I pulled one up there. There were 4 beers with the exact same name, and it was something unusual, and nobody cared. They weren't fighting with each other.
No, that's really the way
get
it
along,
should be.
people.
Because if you play it that way, eventually people are going to have to start naming their beers stupid stuff or just numbers because everything's going to be copyright.
It reminds me of a joke. Guy goes to prison, and he's like, somebody yells out 41, and everybody starts laughing. The guy says, "What was that?" He goes, "That's a joke." And then we memorized them all. He says, "Can I try it?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, 29, nothing. He says, "Can I try another? Try 49. Okay, 49, nothing. The guy goes, "Hey, guess you can't tell a joke."
Yeah.
Crickets. You gonna get the cricket sound or not?
You definitely.
Crickets.
Well, you almost sold it there like it was about you. It wasn't very good about telling a joke.
I haven't had any undead in me since prison. So.
But that was a little better. That was a little better.
This is good. This is dark.
It's very dark.
This is like Halloween.
What was it again? I know what
Undead.
style.
Oh, it's American Imperial stout.
Imperial
You know how we are. We're not
that
a big
word.
stout
That's
fans.
that word we love.
You put that Imperial in there, now we're a fan.
If you use
also,
the word,
I'm a fan.
If you use the word Imperial, Barrel, those are the two ones
Bourbon
that
barrel,
can make me
especially.
like a stout.
Yeah.
Although I did have a stout just the other day that I liked, and it didn't have any of those words in it. It was from Busthead. It was like their caramel macchiato stout or something, dude.
Mocha?
No, it wasn't mocha.
Had mocha in it?
It was something, though. It was pretty delicious. So it was over, they had that on special.
Vampire Slayer.
Vampire Slayer. So what is it? Is that a show? I
I don't know.
Well,
None of these folks should have been included in the lawsuit, it says here.
Oh, that sucks.
There you go.
There you go.
There you
It
go.
happens. It happens. So, Huck, what's your favorite thing about Halloween?
Butterfingers. I was actually thinking about making a
Ew.
Butterfinger beer.
It's like the worst.
No, they're the greatest.
Oh, maybe I need to try one again. I never liked Butterfingers. Those
Yeah,
are like one of
everybody's
my
got
least
their
favorites.
thing. But I always buy a bunch of candy and I buy a bag of Butterfingers. I don't put it out.
Yeah, you just eat them.
I just set it back on the table and eat it. At the end, when you run out and they're all do the big eyes, trick or treat, then you give them the Butterfingers.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what? I mean, we were going to talk about this, but last week I went and it was like beer trick or treating. I went to the Vale and I got these beers. So there's going to be a show coming up.
Oh, Vale beers.
Yeah, like we got one or two here and there. Well, I was sitting
You
there.
stocked up?
Well, I sat there. I went in there and had a couple beers, and I had a 4-pack. I said, I'm going to buy a 4-pack. That beer's really good, so I did. I'm sitting there looking at it. I'm like, because they have little arrows, right? And while you're sitting there on Tuesdays, that's when the beer comes out. They're pulling them down, and so I just bought them all. So we'll come back to that.
Yeah, we'll touch on that when we go there. But right now, I want
what
to focus on the Halloween.
What about scare houses? Do you do those?
I have obviously St. Albans. Usually I'm out there. We're doing stuff. We do stuff with them on the regular. I've done the Gallows around here. I know Major Graham's is another big popular
I saw that
one.
one. Yeah. We used to do one in Fincastle, and my role. I mean, I helped organize it all.
Oh, you actually used to you would be one of the.
Yeah, I was
scarers.
actually I guess the Freddie. I was the guy at the end. We come out. It was an old garage, like where you work at. And you come out the back door, and you walked up this little. It used to be an alley, but now it's a walkway, and it had mulch on both sides. So we would dig a hole, and I'd take a tarp and glue mulch to it, and I would lay under the tarp, and I would come up with one of those hockey masks and a running chainsaw. At the end, they thought it was over. They thought they were out of there, and everything was in the clear.
Yeah.
And they're walking to their mommy. I was like,
Ain't done yet. No, that's pretty good.
that was a good one.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
That's why I don't go, because I know how bad people can scare me.
Well, see, I'm not a big. I guess I don't scare easy, so it's hard for me to get into them because I go through. I enjoy it. I'm mainly just laughing the whole time.
Right. It's like I go to a magic show, and you don't want to go to a magic show with me, because I'm like, well, he did that by this. Yeah, I already know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Occasionally they surprise me. But, the other thing is, at my age, when I jerk, if I get scared, I hurt something, muscle pulls.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you got to be worried about that one
That
final
heart,
scare, the
yeah,
heart attack.
whoa.
Yeah, could do you.
My doctor says as long as I drink a lot, I won't have a heart attack.
All right, cheers to that.
Cheers to that. It'll be a stroke. But I'm fine. The stories of my death are unfounded. And if I were dead, and tonight I would come back.
What's the best Halloween costume you've ever done?
Oh, gosh, that's a really hard question. I think it was like when my wife and I were young, we did Fred Flintstone and Wilma.
My brother's done that.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
You know what's funny is my brother and his girlfriend at the time did that, and she apparently sent the picture into somewhere, and like a year or so later, like after they had already broken up, somebody was just like, hey, you're in like Cosmopolitan as one of the best couples costume, like number 40 of the best 50 couples costume. I was like, what?
I have a worse
crazy.
costume.
The worst costume?
Yeah, so when my kids are like 2 and 5, I decided to be Robin Hood. And my wife made me a tunic
Oh, no.
and a belt, and I had on tights.
Tights.
The tunic was like way too short. I mean, it was kind of like I'd go with the kids to trick or treat, and everyone would avert their eyes. I'm just saying.
Wow.
And I was pretty much not aware of it until I got home. She's like, "You wore that in public? You
That
made
reminds-
it.
there
She
was-
made it."
There was one that reminds me of this one time I was Donnie Darko for Halloween, and I had ordered. It seemed pretty simple. You just get like one of those bodysuit skeleton ones and like a gray hoodie, easy.
Yeah.
Well, the bodysuit skeleton thing that I got that was quote one size fits all was so damn small. Like, it just, like, straight up, like, I mean, it was like my junk was just on the, just there.
A Czechoslovakian biker
so
in the...
I wore it to, like, the initial
thing.
just kind of party, and, like, everybody just was like, you got to be joking with that. Like, is that, like, a kid's thing? So I ended up having to, like, just cut the legs and the crotch and just leave it just kind of flapping. Because, like, it was way too tight.
One time I went to Allman Brothers Little Feet it was Toyota Center in Raleigh. I don't know what it is now. And they had a contest, and there was a centaur, a guy, horseman.
Yeah, centaur.
He came in first.
That's pretty good.
That was
pretty badass.
Amazing. I mean, it was amazing.
Did he have, like, somebody in the back?
No, it was, like, tied to him.
You just get it. It was just super lightweight, so you could get away with
like
it.
paper mache. And then there was
props.
Who's the worm from Alice in Wonderland?
The caterpillar.
The caterpillar. Yeah, there's a girl
smoking the hookah.
Yeah, she was awesome too. I mean, it was just amazing. Some of these costumes I've seen over the years.
Yeah, there's some good. I've seen some good costumes, man.
I like the one. It was I saw on the internet the other day. It was like the whole family meeting the kid off the bus on Halloween last year, and they're all wearing the dinosaur things. Like 6 of those dinosaur. The little short arms. I don't know if you've seen it. Blow up. They're like air pressure.
Oh, yeah.
There's like 6 of them running down the street. This kid gets off the bus. It looks like he was going to run the other way. It's hilarious.
That's good. All right, well, let's untap these bad boys.
All right.
What are you thinking over there with your clown shoes undead?
I think it's awesome. I'm going to give it a 425. That's my score for the day.
Score for the day, 425 for the clown shoes.
This is dark and nice and
Well, I think I'm wondering if you'll think that this one is the big winner, because I can tell you right now, I think it's going to get the highest score of the day. Fog Cutter Double IPA from Lost Coast Brewery. Dude, this thing is delicious. It is going down so smooth. 8.7%, but it sure as hell don't taste like
You're not getting any of that fire. The Lost Coast is where'd you say that was from? California?
Yeah. Eureka, California.
I think I've been there, but it was a long time ago.
80 IBUs. I mean, I love everything about this beer. This beer is fantastic.
There you go.
I don't know if I'd quite give it a 5, but I'm going to give it a 4.75. Very, very good
That's
beer.
strong.
Keep an eye out for that Fog Cutter Double IPA. It is delicious.
All right, well, somebody needs to text us up the best party tonight. Where we're going?
Yeah, well, I can tell you where we're starting. I definitely got to wrap this up, dude. I got to head to Makadu's, Blacksburg, 922 University City Boulevard. I'll be there from at least 7 to 9. I know that we're giving out all kinds of gift certificates for best costume, best, scariest, sexiest, of course, is always encouraged.
I'll win sexiest.
You definitely have sexiest in the bag.
I'm on it.
Plus, I know they got a bunch of cool Halloween food and
they
drinks.
Always do.
And kids eat free.
Kids
eat free tonight too. So bring the little ones. You know, maybe get some grub and then go trick or treating, or vice versa, or whatever.
Vice versa.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. They're probably already trick or treating at this point. Either way, Makadu's is where I'm gonna head. Hopefully, you'll come to. Huck.
I'll hang out. I'll be there.
Might as well. And then who knows where the night will take us?
Bad places. Dark places.
Fingers crossed. All right, that's a wrap on Brewsday Tuesday Halloween edition. We'll do it again next week. Not too sure what, but we'll figure it out.
We always do.
All right, man. Huck, as always, I appreciate you coming in, brother, and bringing the beer. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll get back to the tunes right here on 105.3 The Bear. Stick around.